Hello everyone, welcome to a new series on the channel called Rogue News, name work in progress. So today's video idea is I'm going to tackle the most recent news, all gaming, entertainment if people want that in the future, and movies and TV shows, but for now it's just game based. And talk about any new games or any new gaming news mainly that came out this week. So the gameplay in the background of this video is Outriders, which is the new game that's out recently. I'm playing on Game Pass, which is fantastic. That's one of the news stories we're going to talk about. That it's just amazing that a AAA game of this quality, I'd say, like, if it wasn't for Game Pass, I would not have played this game. That's where we're going to start off with a bold headline. Game Pass is allowing people like myself. I don't get me wrong. I buy a lot of games. I have the luck and the ability to buy games. Where my free time is mainly gaming with my friends, blah blah blah, all along those lines. But Outriders was a game I was kind of skeptical about buying because I played the demo. It wasn't impressed. It was okay. It wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna buy this amazing game now for €70, which is, European Irish currency. It's a lot of money, like, to buy a game, especially that, like, if I wasn't gonna put time into. Like, my way of categorizing playtime is I do an hour of entertainment is worth €10 to me. And if I got 7 hours entertainment, the game, it's worth the money then technically, but I want 7 concrete fun hours, like a good campaign in the likes of Call of Duty or Halo. They can scrounge 70. Like, okay, Halo's a bad example, I'm a big Halo fan, but anyway. Outriders on Game Pass day one is massive because it shows Game Pass has the pull. I don't know, there could be a lot of background factors saying that, like, well, the game wasn't going to do financially well, like, at all because the feedback it got from the demo, which could be interesting to see. Because, again, I was hyped for the game before I played the demo. The demo kind of actually turned me off the game more than it should have. That's probably it. Like, again, gameplay is fluid. It's a AAA game. You can tell it's a AAA game. It's not like clunky. It rewards aggression, which I do like. Like, that, there's aspects of the game that I do really like they brought into the game. Like, it's a cover-based shooter, basically, but it doesn't want you to use cover unless you're in a sticky situation at all. Like, it's fun, it's aggressive, it's violent. It's Gears of War and Destiny. That's the best way I describe it. Gears of War regarding the third-person shooting and the violence and the cover, and Destiny with its powers and its looting experience. Anyway, enough on Outriders as a whole. I'm not here to review the games, here to give my thoughts a bit about it. But mainly the big news story is that Game Pass is also getting, as you've seen in the news, another big AAA game on day one, and that's MLB The Show, which is massive news because not only is that another AAA game day one, it's a Sony produced AAA game day one, which is mental. Like, if you told me that could happen, I would have disbelieved you because that doesn't make sense. I know that the MLB had a say in it because obviously why would Sony put a game like that on the Game Pass? Like, why would they put their own game on a competitor service? But I say MLB, and from the sources I read, have had a big input on where the game was going. But, like, Game Pass to me is really taking it into its stride now. That's by the way of saying it. Really hitting its stride now lately. It's grabbing attention of AAA games. It's allowing people to experience these AAA games because, again, Outriders, for example, my friends included, were not going to buy this game day one. Before the demo came out, we were. After the demo, we weren't because we're like, well, we're currently in an Apex Legends kind of mood, and we're going back to GTA a bit, so we kind of had our fill for a little while until the next kind of game came out, especially single player games like Resident Evil, for example. But Game Pass has now allowed us to play this game, and we're all really enjoying it. I know my gameplay in the background is solo, because I do enjoy playing these games solo. I have 2 saves, 1 character for solo, 1 character for multiplayer. But in other news, like still around Game Pass and Xbox, the fact that Deathloop was delayed, like it's announced today, April 8th. It's delayed until September 14th this year, and we're going to see a lot more delays. But regarding Game Pass, that game's going to go to Game Pass next year in the same month. I think September 22nd was the date they gave next year. So it'll be available. It will be available on Xbox. Obviously, Bethesda deal with Microsoft. But on to the news that was delayed. I was a bit disheartened. Obviously, looking forward to the game. I have a PlayStation, so I was looking forward to playing that. It's a pity, but again, we have to understand people like in that situation work from home. Like with Cyberpunk, with all the situation I have had when it came out, you need to understand people don't want to mess up that bad, because my God, Cyberpunk is still being reviewed to this day by the likes of IGN and other gaming journalists. So like, no game wants to go through that scrutiny, because I say it's not worth it. So they're going to take their extra few months to get it right. And look, if they make the game perfect and it releases as best it can be, everyone's happy. You know, like, we're lucky that we have so much content and so much variety when it comes to games. Obviously, they cost a bomb nowadays, like $80 and €80 for PlayStation exclusive games. Well, PlayStation games in general, I have to double check that. And then obviously 70 for myself and Xbox, in €70 in Irish currency. Like the one thing I want to bring up in this video is the argument, because it kind of leads back into the Game Pass. What are Sony going to do? Because another thing Sony kind of shot themselves in the foot regarding their PS Now is the fact that the two newest games, Borderlands 3 and was it the what game was it? I think it was the World War II zombie shooter, the Sniper Elite one. Don't get the free next gen upgrades, which is mind-boggling, completely mind-boggling. Like, Xbox supply the game. Like, again, that game came out today. I think it's Zombie Army 4. That's the correct name. There, double check myself. Zombie Army 4 has this next gen upgrade, and it's on Game Pass today, again, as of recording, 8th of April. And it doesn't have its upgrade on PlayStation, which is nuts. Like, that is nuts. I think Avengers is also a game that doesn't have its upgrade for the fact it's on PS Now, which is like, so Sony aren't stupid. Sony aren't like naive. Sony know what they're doing. They're dominating the console market. Again, I'm not a console war person. I like both. Both are great at different things. Like, I love PlayStation's new controller, blah blah. And I love Xbox's quick resume. But the thing, it's just mind-boggling. Like, why? Like, this Game Pass is a massive thing up against you. And the kind of Game Pass, it's not just for Xbox players. Like, it works on PC too. Like, so it's two things against you. I know Microsoft are the benefactors of it. But like, are Sony cocky? Are Sony believing they don't have to worry about it? Like, are they just content with the fact is that, like, look, Xbox can give all these games out. They can have day one AAA games on their console day one, and we'll still sell. People buy the games with us, and we'll make more money. Blah blah. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Like, I wonder how Outriders is doing on PlayStation. I know you can check on the Xbox store what games people are playing, and it's fairly high up there on Xbox at the moment. It's up at the same level as likes of games like Apex Legends. I don't think it'll get to the level of Fortnite or Warzone, but it's still pretty up there. Like, I'm confused. I love to have, like, people who are listening, if people want to go on and chat about this more, I love to chat about this more, because I think it needs two people. A strong Sony head be interesting. Like, I'm kind of in the middle ground. My preference to Xbox. I've been an Xbox fan since I was really young, like Halo Combat Evolved days. But I enjoy both consoles. Just to give a clarification there, I'm not pumping Sony. I'm just asking the question to. So yeah, anyone who's a fan, like who's a PlayStation fan who doesn't like Xbox, in the comments, let me know your opinion, because do you not feel like you're being robbed? That there's a service like this on Xbox which is providing AAA games on day one basis, even a AAA game from one of your own studios like MLB The Show coming day one is crazy. Like, and obviously, like, Bethesda games now, like, day one, like, you have their new space game. It's like Starfield coming day one. You have like the next iteration of Fallout whenever that's announced, Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls. There's so many games that can come out day one in Game Pass now, and it's crazy. Same like the next Halo game. Like, alone that their multiplayer is going free to play. like Xbox are really going toe to toe with Sony in regards of consumer like satisfaction. Again, PlayStation have their consumers. They probably have the average gamer. You know, people who just want to sit down after day work, play a few games with their friends. Like they have that market, I think. And I think Nintendo has even a more casual market because, you know, Nintendo games, Mario, Luigi, all that crack. But the thing with Sony is, eventually it's gonna snap. Eventually, when people see how cheap in the longer term Xbox is, like Xbox have the free to play now membership regarding free to play games. Like you don't have to pay for membership to play games now. Are free to play. You don't need membership to play Fortnite or Warzone or Apex Legends. Like, and you can join parties now too. And obviously you have Discord. So like, the benefits of paying for online only go towards, you know, you're paid for games. Like you want to play normal Call of Duty online, you want to play I don't know, other multiplayer experience online. Like obviously it's getting thin now. Like membership's getting thin now. Like I happily pay for Game Pass. I think Game Pass is totally worth it because the game costs me €70 to buy, which is, if I pay €12 a month for Game Pass, like if it works itself out, think about it. Like, 'cause I am gonna, I do, and like it gives me the avenue to try games. I want to try games. I want to see what they're like. And it gives me more creative freedom to make videos in the future for myself, and also expand my knowledge of games, expand my variety in playing games. There's some games I would not give a chance, just in pure not like it looks of them. But trailers don't do justice for some games. You know, everyone knows that. Cyberpunk, we're looking at you. So I think Game Pass really should be, if I was Sony, putting pressure on them to react with a better system. Like I know, like if they release their own Game Pass, it just becomes back to the same again, which they could do, and it'll just become a very even wasteland again in regards to, look, it's just again down to preference of what console you want to play the games on. Like obviously it comes down to Game Pass having exclusivity to Bethesda games. Sony, if they have their own Sony Pass, whatever you want to call it, we're just going to use PS Plus or PS Now, whatever the system exactly is called. Like it can change the name, they do whatever they want to it. We'll have obviously Spider-Man, Uncharted games, like Naughty Dog games like Last of Us, blah blah. So they have that to bolster their libraries. But I can't see it happen. I think Sony are very content with people buying their games, because people are buying their games. Like I'm guilty. I'll be buying their games if they release. Like for example, if God of War is out tomorrow, I buy it straight up, 100% buy it, no questions asked. €80, bang, purchase. I know the game's gonna be good. Fantastic people are making it, and fantastic people are producing the game. And like, I like as Xbox fan, over the moon. I get to play Halo for basically for free. Regarding multiplayer, especially my friends who might not be Halo fans, and not all my friends own Game Pass, because again they don't play Xbox as much as myself. But like having Halo free to play multiplayer, like I get to play one of my favorite games with my friends who might not have ever tried it, because why would they pay money for the game that they probably won't play it often, but then they can. And Game Pass allows them to download the full game for free. Even if they get more time, they might be able to play the whole game for free. I know it's not for free, but in context of the amount of games you download, it'll be the positives regarding financially outweigh the negatives. So a bit more mobile news. This is more of a, how do I say this? Not fact yet. It's just heavily rumored that Kojima, we all know Kojima, responsible for Metal Gear Solid games, recently Death Stranding, which was a PlayStation exclusive at the time. I think it's on PC now as well. Is rumored to make an Xbox exclusive game. Now, I'm not a fan of Hideo pronunciation. It's my fault. My apologies. I'm going to call him Kojima. I'm not going to risk pronunciation. I'm not a fan of his works as much as like I didn't enjoy. I'd say I'm not a fan. Like they're amazing games, but I don't enjoy playing them. Like Metal Gear Solid, for example, just didn't enjoy it. Not a fan. I'd watch it. The story is phenomenal, but my God, I did not enjoy playing it. Same with Death Stranding. I tried it, didn't click with me, didn't enjoy it. But again, if that was on Game Pass, a Game Pass system, I probably would have played it. If I would have finished it, like I didn't buy it. Like I played at a friend's house to see what it was like. But again, like with Game Pass, I probably would have bought, well, Sony Pass, whatever you want to call it. I probably would have got it and played it. and finished it just because I could. You know, it wasn't like anything out of spite. So like, if he'd make an Xbox exclusive game, it's interesting to see. Are Xbox just paying more money? Did he not enjoy working with Sony, or is it just a thing? Like, is it actually just a thing where he's just going to go back and forth, see who he prefers, and move on from there? Like, I hate exclusivity in regards to third-party people. I 100% all for Sony having their own studios and Microsoft having their own studios, because that's what unlocks creative, and it shows investment into games. It's not just here's a console, everyone else do it for us, and we make all the money. It's the fact that like they have their own investment into, you know, different games, blah blah. But I don't like people like Call of Duty, like Activision, giving benefits to other players, especially a cross-play game nowadays, just because they're on a certain console. I think that's unfair. I think it's disgusting in my opinion. And like both consoles are terribly guilty for it. It's not just like it's a Sony thing. Xbox has done it before. They had maps months early as well, obviously before it was crossplay. And like, I just don't like it. I hope it's not true. I hope the game Hideo Kojima is releasing is on both generations. I don't see why not. Like, because it's everyone deserves to play those experiences. Obviously, not everyone has the ability to fork out €500, dollars, pounds, whatever currency you're using to afford a console to play a specific game, which is unfair in my opinion. Like, everyone should have a chance to experience the game on their chosen console. Obviously, playing games like Halo, Last of Us, that's down to the console. That's the pull factor. Like, that has to be an aspect of it. But third-party studios that make games for consoles, like, nah, don't agree with it personally. That's the thing. That's just personal to me. People might disagree. I want to hear everyone's disagreements in the comments, or agreements, whatever you agree or disagree. Let me know. Hopefully, in the future, we'll have more people on this kind of rogue news section to discuss with, because I like to discuss these sort of things. If anyone in the comments wants to be the person to discuss, let me know. We can set it up. Like, this is the first episode of Trial Run. Let me know what you think, what's interesting, what doesn't interest you. But the last big thing we're going to talk about for the last few minutes of this episode is E3 is back. E3 obviously took a break last year due to the thing going on around the world. I'm not going to say what it is. You know, YouTube with its way of not liking that sort of stuff. It's great to be back. I am a big fan of E3. For journalists, it probably sucks because it's constant news, constant flux. Obviously, as a indulger of the news, it's fantastic. I get to see news updates every day. I love not staying up late, because obviously the time isn't that drastic. But waiting up until 9 p.m. Irish time to watch the Xbox live broadcasts, so exciting. Like, I remember my friends, myself, used to buy popcorn, buy drinks, sit down and watch and enjoy and be excited for all the news. So I'm looking forward to that being back this year. I think the combination of the whole gaming industry over a period of few days is great, because the drawn out news of the whole year kind of kills the hype for me. It's only a personal thing again. It's a pity though, again, I'm going to pick on Sony. I'm really not picking on Sony, just they happen to be the ones causing this sort of stuff. The fact that they're not going to be there. I think it's a silly decision, but again, they know what they're doing. They're the billion-dollar company, like, compared to me. They know what they're doing, they know what they want, and if the show works for them, that's the thing we have to consider here. If the show works for them, they have the 100% right to go for it. E3 might be a pressurized environment, like, we don't know how it works. But I think that them not going to E3 puts a negative spin on everything. I think it's just screaming out, like, look, we're different. And you are different, that's the whole point, just competitiveness. But especially after the year everyone had, I think it would have been nice to have everyone back at E3, even just for this year, just to show, like, we're all together. Yes, we're competitors, but at the end of the day, gaming is gaming. And they've done it before. They've done it at the Game Awards. They all turned up. The three heads of the studios, of the whole companies, turned up, and were unified to say, look, gaming is gaming. It's not just we are competitors, but at the end of the day, we're all here for gaming. It's not just screw you, we're better than you, blah blah. So it's just a pity that Sony aren't going to be there. So E3 this year, I'm going to cover it on this series, hopefully, if people are still watching this series or watching me in general, but I will be covering it. It's just so exciting to see all the news, especially from Xbox, Bethesda, what they're going to come out with there. Hopefully Wolfenstein 3 gets announced. Hopefully we get to see more of Starfield, I think is the game's called, the space exploration game from Bethesda. More Halo Infinite gameplay, more details with the multiplayer. I actually don't know what else to expect, to be honest. Like Sony, I'm expecting God of War. Really looking forward to that game. Maybe a bit of news in The Last of Us expansion, multiplayer, like by itself, the factions game, I think it's called. And I also hope that they kind of hint towards the next Spider-Man game. Big fan of Spider-Man games. Spider-Man and Miles Morales was two fantastic games. Loved them to bits. That would made me buy a PlayStation 4 in the first place, was just to get Spider-Man because it was amazing. And obviously I unlocked my interest in other PlayStation series like Uncharted and whatnot. But it'll be really interesting, and I wonder what rumours and leaks come up beforehand. I am a fan of leaks. I like to have the thought of maybe this could happen and hype myself up, and then be disappointed when they don't happen. But hey, that's the way we go. So I'm going to end this video here, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what else you want to talk about. I'm talking more factual stuff, or do you want me to actually bring in some of the rumours and leaks? Because not everyone has the time or care to look them up, and they like just hearing them straight out. And let me know if anyone in the comments wants to join in. I think we could start a great conversation. I want to hear people from all backgrounds. If you're a Sony fanboy, if you're an Xbox fanboy, if you like everything. I've used the terminology fanboy just to distinguish between both. I don't actually believe in that whole like, oh, I'm a fanboy, you're a fanboy crap. I just wanted to say that just to distinguish the difference. If you like all three consoles, hop on. If you hate gaming, it'd be interesting to hear your opinion too. But anyway, we're going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked listening to my thoughts. Bit of news. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and comment what else you want to see on the channel. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope you have a great day. Bye.